Welcome back to our Chem 151 video series. In this video we'll be investigating stoichiometry and finding percent yield. Our question says, if you start with 46 grams of sodium and an excess of Cl2, what is the theoretical yield for NaCl? What we'll need to do first is write that we have 46 grams of sodium, and underneath Cl2 we'll say there's an excess. This means that our amount of Cl2 will not influence our answer at all. Now that we've written the mass underneath sodium, we're going to divide that mass by the molar mass of sodium. Our molar mass is 23 grams per mole. We'll get 2 moles of sodium. We don't need to do this for chlorine because we have an excess. Now that we found the moles, we can divide the moles by the coefficient. The coefficient in front of sodium is 2. Therefore, we'll divide the moles by 2, and this will give us equivalence. This is abbreviated with the letters EQ. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. Just for the definition, the equivalence represents the number of times you can run the reaction. Therefore, based on the amount of sodium that we started with, we can run this reaction exactly 1 time. Now, using those equivalents, we can find our theoretical yield. Now that we know there is 1 equivalent of sodium, allowing us to run the reaction exactly once, here's how we can find the theoretical yield of NaCl. Our theoretical yield will equal our number of equivalents. We'll multiply that number of equivalents times the coefficient of the NaCl, and then multiply that by the molar mass of NaCl. Our number of equivalents we found was 1. Our coefficient for NaCl is given here on the right side of the equation as 2. And we can also find the molar mass of NaCl. The molar mass for sodium is 23.0 and the molar mass for chlorine is 35.5. Add them together and you'll get 58.5. This will go in our molar mass position. If we multiply 1 times 2 times 58.5, we will get 117 grams. This is our theoretical yield for NaCl. Now that we know the theoretical yield, we can also find the percent yield. The question says that we recovered 55.0 grams of NaCl. This is what we'll call our actual yield. Using our theoretical yield from the previous step, we can say our percent yield is equal to the actual yield divided by theoretical yield. To change to percent, we'll also multiply this by 100. With an actual of 55.0 and a theoretical of 117, and then we'll say times 100%, we can do that division in a calculator. We'll get 47.0%. And so this is how we can find our percent yield once we've already calculated the theoretical yield. Just about every time that any question asks you for percent yield, you can assume that you'll have to get the theoretical yield first before you find percent yield. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.